Recording. All right. Well, welcome to tonight's coaching call. This is Roxy Saran and Adrienne.
Adrienne. Hello, ladies.
Adrienne Saran. We are going to talk tonight about sometimes we can get stressed and overwhelmed. Can anybody relate to that? Maybe a little bit. I got a email a couple of days ago, and I think after reading through it and talking to the individual, and I have their permission to share it, of course, a lot of people can relate to that. So that's why we wanted to have this call, was to talk about it and unpack it. So hello, let's see people hopping on. Hey, Jean, and who else? I see a bunch popping on. Hey, Christina. Awesome. Welcome. We're just getting started. Abigail Gonzalez, the Gonzalezes are in the house. That's awesome. Well, good. Hey, guys. Awesome. Well, we're glad you guys are joining us tonight. Hey, David. How are y'all doing? Good. Yeah, so we just want to chat through and unpack this concern. And if you guys don't resonate with that, you might at some point have felt stuck. Or maybe someone on your team might be feeling that way. And so it helps us to be a better leader. So we'll unpack all of this tonight. Before we do that, those of you guys, hey, Alyssa, welcome to our call tonight. We're glad y'all are here. We got a bunch of folks hopping on. That's great. What we went ahead, hey, Anita, welcome y'all. What we end up doing is we start our coaching calls with our wins, because wherever you focus your attention is where your attention goes, right? Obviously, if you're driving and you drop something, have you ever done that? And you reach over to get it and your eyes go off? What happens? Your car goes that way. So whatever we focus on is what you're going to get more of. And so if we're focusing on negative and all that stuff, your business will go that way. And so that's why we always start our calls with wins and creating a team environment of winners, so that it helps us look for those wins on our team. So we'll just take a couple minutes tonight to just unmute yourselves and just share maybe one win that you've had this week. And if you don't want to unmute yourself and you would prefer to type in the chat, you're welcome to do that as well. But we'd love to hear from you guys. So go ahead, don't be shy, and unmute yourselves. Anybody? Don't be shy. Hey, go first. Go, Courtney.
So hi, everyone. I don't think I've met everyone. I can only be on for like 10 minutes. But my win, so I had a really good call with Trudy this week, and who's my upline, my direct. And I also had a one-on-one. They were unable to buy right now. It's a family member who I've been kind of picking at, and they finally said yes to meeting with me, and I'm sending them a sample for their daughter of Breathe, because she has a lot of upper respiratory issues, and we're supposed to meet next week. So that's my big win. Yay. And I gave myself a lot of self-care and love, which is always needed.
Hey, that's a bonus. We have to take care of ourselves too. Good job, Courtney. Good job.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to share some wins this week? Could be big or small, anything.
I'm back.
Hi, welcome back.
I've been gone for 2 years, and so that's a huge one.
Hey, that's a win. We can just stop right there. You're back. Welcome back, right?
Woo!
That's awesome. Welcome back.
So I hit diamond, and immediately 2 months later, I had a little 2.5-year-old I'm still getting through it. Granddaughter die, and so it rocked my world. And so it's taken a long time to get back. Of course, every time I think about doTERRA, I think about her, and I'd start crying, and that was the end. Yeah. And so this week I got all of my back office in lead trained.
Hey, that's a huge win. That's great. Well,
yeah,
I want to just celebrate and honor you for being here tonight, and being bold about and courageous and sharing your story, because I know every time we've had struggles like health-wise with our kids, and anytime we talk about it, of course, the emotions come to the surface. So I honor you for being here, and that's huge. So thank you. That's awesome. Can I cheer for you? Awesome. Courtney, you snuck that in the chat. I decided to quit my full-time job to finally focus all my love and attention to building doTERRA, and 2 weeks notice in on Monday. Oh,
that's
my
a
God.
reason to celebrate.
Yes, I was wondering if she was going to share.
I completely forgot, honestly, because I'm not used to the feeling yet. I was supposed to turn it in today, but I was waiting on insurance to get back to me and everything, and so I postponed it till Monday. But yeah, my husband and I finally got all kind of the ducks in the row and everything, so I'm finally quitting and I can actually build and do everything I want to do. So yeah.
So exciting. Congratulations.
Wow.
Congratulations. That's huge. Anybody else want to share a win this week? And if you don't, that's okay too, but be looking for them. All right. Well, we're going to, for the sake of time, we're going to keep going on. I put my pom-poms away, and I just want to see, for the sake of time, how many of you guys saw, actually Anita posted her win. Let's see, was able to connect with old customers and talk about their needs. And sorry, I'm eating right now. That's okay. We're glad you're here, Anita, and it's a safe place that you can eat, and that's good, or you need to eat. Okay. So I want to chat with you guys about this email that I received just 2 days ago from a builder on our team who's been with us for about 2 years, and see if any of you guys can resonate with this, right? So I won't read the whole long thing, but she was just like, I'm struggling. I need some guidance. I know I'm a smart and capable person, and I've been doing a lot of the right steps. However, it's not coming together for me, and it's not sustainable. And I have all these ideas and bursts of energy, and but then I'm not able to follow through activity-wise. I got through some of the training and videos, and I can resonate with it, and then I find myself taking all of these notes and not getting to the doing part. Anybody relate with that so far? Yes?
Yeah.
By lists and stuff? Yes, yes, yes. And then part of it is being a perfectionist. She talks about that, being drowning in her perfectionism, and anyway, she said that's a good summary. That's a good place to start. Over planning and et cetera, not really, just not sure what to do next. Okay. And so first of all, I am just so grateful that she reached out, first of all, right? Because if you don't reach out, we can't help you, right? Not that we're perfect, because God knows we've had those feelings before. Right? We've all struggled through that. And so that's the first step, I think, is just normalizing it, that it's normal to have those feelings of doubt, of overwhelm, right? Especially if you're actually getting some kind of momentum on your team. It can be overwhelming. I remember our very first month, when back then we were doing sampling and stuff, I had sampled like 50 people and I was completely overwhelmed. And I remember that. And so especially as leaders, it's good to remember that, though, because people can resonate with our struggle more than with our successes, right? And so we need to keep that at the forefront, and let's talk about it. And so that's why we do these coaching calls twice a month. We've been hitting all kinds of really good topics, but that was exactly what she talked about. Was we've got all of this amazing training, but I don't know where to get back into the stream, right? Hey, Elsa, welcome. What happens when you take some time off and the stream is going without you? You feel like you don't know how to get on, right? Adrian talked about the story with getting on the highway, right? You got to get up to the right speed so you can merge on to the traffic, or you'll get run over, and that feeling of just overwhelm. And so we can all relate to that. So let's talk about this a little bit. And so normalizing it, it's normal. Okay, does that make anybody feel better? Even just that? Like, this is normal. You are in a safe place, and it's okay to reach out to someone either on your team or somebody else's team. Like, a lot of you guys are not on team. That's great. I love that about doTERRA, right? That you can come into that doTERRA family and say, you know, I'm really struggling right now. And that's good. That's okay to have that place where you can do that without judgment. We talked about feeling fear and shame and guilt. And that broke my heart, you guys, that she felt shame or guilt that she couldn't even come to a team call, right? Like, literally, that broke my heart, you guys, because we do want to create that environment, a safe place for people to be able to come. And it just absolutely took my breath away. And that's when I asked for her permission if it would be okay to share her story without her name, because other people are feeling this way, right? We've got teams of thousands of people. If one person feels this way, lots of people feel this way, right? So asking for help, normalizing it is key. But how do we get out? How do we get out of this cycle, right? Anybody ever feel like you're in a vicious cycle? Yeah, right? That action creates results, that creates our belief, and it can be a positive cycle or it can be a downward spiral, right? You've got this sometimes lack of action, and that causes the lack of results in certain things. That causes our belief to say, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe doTERRA isn't for me after all, right?
Linda has a hand.
Yeah, Linda Huffield, you raised your hand. Do you want to add a comment?
No, I was just, am I on?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was just, kind of in agreement with that. I wasn't, I didn't really have a specific question, but yeah, I've just been feeling like similar, like I did the Emerge trainings and I feel like I started to make some momentum, and then I just got off track. So here I am again trying to get back on, and I don't want to let those feelings of being embarrassed get in my way. So
absolutely. Well, we're glad you're here, and thanks for raising your hand. I love it. So what we also do Emerge sales training that has helped us the last year. That's what we've implemented on our team. And Emerge really talks a lot about number one, who's number one in our business, right? Number one is our customers. That is the primary focus of any really business. If our customers are not number one, you guys, doTERRA is not going to make it. Okay, let's just be clear about that. So our number one focus in all of our interactions should be our customers first, our team second, and our ego and us third. Okay, and so if we think about it, when we're going into a conversation, or like Linda said, I'm fearful, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know, all of this stuff about us. Who's that about? Right? That's about us. Right? That's number 3. That's us. So we've got this order reversed where we're no longer able to serve and pour into our customers because we're all focused on us. You guys, it's not about us anyway. Reality check, right? It's not about you or me anyway. You guys, each one of you were created to do good things. You were created for a purpose, right? And you were prepared in advance for you to do. You were already equipped. You already know everything that you need to know to be successful. Do you believe that? You guys already have everything. Like, you don't need to attend another training. You don't need to attend. You already know what you need to do. It's just a matter of getting those blinders on, right? Like the horse in training, right? Get the blinders on and be single-minded in your focus of what we're trying to accomplish, right? So you can sell yourself to silver. All right. Some of you guys, I'm going to share my screen. Some of you guys might be below, working a silver. You sell your way to silver. Let me make this bigger. Sorry. 36. Thank you. Oops. I think you have to highlight it first. See, they let anybody do this, you guys. Okay. You can sell your way to silver, and then you will lead your way to diamond and above, right? So selling, that's what we need to be focused on, how we can get oils in our customers' hands and do that in an effective way. So let's keep going. Y'all are doing great. Anybody ever feel with the over planning, over too many lists? Anybody want to share how you guys are doing with your list? How's that working for you? Death by lists, right? Okay, so let's normalize this as well, you guys. It's good to plan. It is good. But if it to the point of we can't move or function, then it's not to your benefit. It's not helping you. So if you guys, how many of you guys are working part-time? Part-time doTERRA, right? Anybody? Yeah, Elsa, a couple of you guys, Beverly, Courtney right now, like 2 more weeks. Well, if you're working part-time doTERRA, some of you guys full-time job, kids, all that stuff. Some of you run other businesses, stuff like that. You guys honor you, right? A lot going on. So if you have 15 things on your to-do list for today, and you know realistically you can accomplish 2 of them, why do we do that? You guys, stop doing that. It'll be there tomorrow, okay? But we do that to ourselves, so you're setting yourself up for failure, right? I'm not telling you anything you have, like Roxy's telling us stuff we have never heard before. No, y'all, I'm not telling you any, there's no new truth, okay? If anybody tells you they have a new truth, run. Truth is truth, okay? Yeah, guys, you already know you can't accomplish more than 2 things. So normalize that and just put 2. Just do 2 things a day if that's as much as you can do. Some of us are working full time. I have 4 things a day that I can accomplish realistically, right? Probably 4, and depending what kind of big tasks they are. But don't do that. So what does success look like for you that day? What does success look like for you for the week? And let's look at that. If you know you're out of town this whole week except one day, don't set your normal goals for that week. It's not going to happen. And then at the end of the week, you're gonna be like, I'm a loser, I quit, that's it, right? Anybody do that? I have. I set these hairy, audacious goals that I cannot accomplish in that time frame realistically. All right. Okay, so we talked about shame and guilt, too many lists. Okay, let's talk about expectations. So a lot of her email was a lot about how she felt, and I don't know if I read that part to you guys, but she felt like people were falling through the cracks and that she wasn't remembering to help them update their LRP or, you know, check on them or all of those things as she's getting new customers, or people would say, hey, I want a bottle of Breathe, and she would forget about them. Okay. Did anybody ever do that? Someone fell through a crack? Yeah. I hear y'all. I have done that. Has anyone ever awoken in the middle of the night like, oh, I forgot to do so-and-so? I have done that. I forgot to check their LRP.
Last night?
Last night. Yeah, last night was the last day of the month. That's cool. We've all had that, you guys. So again, that's normal. But it's about setting expectations. Does anybody set expectations with their team or with their builders? It's okay. You're in a safe place. Like, I'm not going to like write on your Facebook page or anything, right?
Come on, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
This is not a monologue,
so,
which has been.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm doing
Let them
bad.
talk.
I had my
Shoot.
vitamins today.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Okay. Linda, you don't have any builders yet. That's okay. You're in the right place to learn how to do it better than we made a lot of mistakes. So before September, we've been in doTERRA 5 years. We did not set expectations for our team or for our customers. Is that horrible? Horrible.
We didn't even realize that this is a team thing. We said we're going to do it
on our own.
ourselves.
Yeah. I was like, we're just going to do
Let's
this
just
on
go
our
crazy. Why not?
We were going crazy. Have y'all ever felt like you're spinning all the plates? And then if you go back to the other one falls down? Well, guess what? That's your fault. No, I'm just kidding. It's your fault because you didn't set the expectations. And that was my fault too, you guys. So what we ended up, we just had to be real. And this past summer, the last summer, we looked at our calendar. We're like, okay, we have to set office hours. Okay. Now I'm not talking about those of you guys that are just starting out. Listen, we worked our butts off for years. Okay. You're going to have to work hard to get it going. But I'm talking about, you do need to set some expectations for your team of, I'm not going to answer you at midnight. I'm not going to do it. Okay. So set those office hours, whatever they are for you, what you're working, and your team will respect you for that. I don't answer oil questions unless they've already checked 3 other sources. I just tell them that, like, you have a book, you have an app, you have a Facebook group, you can ask your upline. There's tons of other stuff. Google doTERRA and your health concern. And if you haven't found out your answer and you've checked 3 places, then yes, you may call me or text me. But I am not going to pop up in their kitchen every time they open their oil. Imagine that. Right? And I make them laugh and they think it's funny, but I'm only human, right? And they laugh at that too, right? Because everybody thinks we're superheroes because we're awesome. We share oils. We love people. But we can't take all of that on for ourselves, you guys. So setting those boundaries will allow you to breathe. Okay? How does that feel? Are you guys like, I need that?
Let me ask some of you to pop in and say, what would be your expectations, and especially, we have a couple of our leaders in there. What are your expectations? And we had that discussion with a few of you already. Yeah. But even if you're not in our team, pop in and say, what is your expectation? What are your expectations to your upline?
Yeah.
Come on, somebody pop in. What do you expect them to do?
Yeah, unmute yourselves. What do
Unmute
you
and go.
expect from your upline? It's not a trick question.
No.
I promise.
No, I don't have an upline.
Oh, you don't have one? Are you the upline? That's cool.
I'm seven underneath Teresa Harding, and I'm the highest rank. So.
Oh, cool. Well, there
Wow.
you go. That's awesome. You are your own upline.
So no expectations there.
That's cool. All right. So you'll be surprised, though, what people say on this call. So
Come on, guys. Anybody?
what do you guys expect from your upline or your enroller?
I'll share, Roxy.
Yes, please.
I expect my upline to be a confidant, someone that I can go to and brainstorm with,
Right.
someone that I can share with,
Okay.
and a friend, because that's what you do with friends, right? And friends also can they have the ability to have those hard conversations with you, and sometimes you need a kick in the rear, because sometimes we need kicks in the rear, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And so, but my upline is not someone that I expect to do things for me.
Mhm.
In fact, I try not to call my upline a lot, right? I try and be self-sufficient.
Right.
But they're there for me. Like, I'll be transparent. I was falling apart last week. I had a morning where it was like crumbling. And I thought, I don't know what else to do. So I called my upline, and she listened. She said, it's not all crumbling, and she just kind of carried me for a minute. And then that evening, everything blew over and it was a great day. But that, that's my expectations for my upline.
Love that. Now, Abigail.
So the key here, though, the key is to call your upline, not your husband. So
I
focus
like
on
that. Yes, I like that, because they don't know what to do with criers, right? Like,
No,
Okay,
we want to fix it. It doesn't work.
yes. What I love what you said, Abigail, and I appreciate you being so open, right, with your falling apart. But I do want to ask, what is your current rank in doTERRA? Because other people are probably like, let's just say, what is your current rank?
Right now?
Yeah.
No,
We're
your,
good.
high,
Your highest rank, yeah.
rank.
We're a diamond right now.
Yeah. Okay, you guys. So that is important to know because we all fall apart, right? We all have our issues. Alyssa, you mentioned your presidential diamond. Oh my gosh, that's amazing, right? And you have had hard times too. Like, nobody's immune from this, you guys. Nobody's immune. It's life, right? Life is tough.
Yeah,
But-
whether you have 5 people and you think it's falling apart, it's going to be compounded. It's going to be the same thing when you have 1,000 people. Like, it just doesn't go away. When you think, all right, well, maybe if I got 8 leaders and each leader has 1,000 people, everything will be fine. Well, it won't, because and then when you get to 8 and 1,000, you're going to say, well, maybe I need 9 leaders and 2,000. Like, it never ends, and the struggle is always going to be real. So.
Right. That's true. I love it. I love you guys for sharing all this good stuff today, because it helps other people.
And this analogy came to mind. It's just like our businesses in general. You have a lot of people that you keep, walking on this escalator going up, and then you have people that keep coming down on the other side, but you always have to keep a lot more. The same thing with our emotions, our feelings. Once in a while, you're going to come down. Once in a while, you're going to be the one that's going to be crying. And many times I'm sitting, we work in the same office here, and we've had meetings and with our coaches, and Roxy just cries. I'm like, again, we're I'm digging a hole here, a big hole.
Twice you cry, you're a crier, right?
Well, no, but it's normal. Again, you have to normalize. It's just normal, because we
all
deal with
have bad
people.
days.
We deal with people, and that is the hardest thing. I'm an engineer. I'm very pragmatic. I like things when you make them, they always work. Well, with people, it's not like that. And that is the hardest thing to work with people.
Right.
And sometimes that just brings you down, and you have to expect it. You have to know it's going to come. If it didn't happen yet, it will eventually come. Life is going to come, and when life hits, that's even harder, because that has nothing to do with what you did or what you didn't do. And those things that's the time that you have to rely upon somebody. But I know only Abigail said something, but I hope there's somebody else there that's ready. What else do you guys expect from your upline?
So I heard being there, confidant. What else, Courtney? You got your hand on the button.
How did you know?
I know. I'm right there with you, girl.
I'm very similar to Abigail. I feel the same way. I definitely, like with my upline, Trudy, I had a breakdown with her just 2 days ago. It was whenever I was like, I'm going to quit my job. And she was like, oh, okay. So I definitely, I mean, with my relationship with her, I'm very small. I only have 44 people on my team, but my relationship with her is very just support. So those times whenever, as I'm still learning the process and learning placements and things like that, just the support to kind of guide me through that so that I'm doing what I need to be doing to grow the right way. But I also understand that I try to only like text her during 8 to 5 and things like that, because I know that she's busy with her other leaders that she has. But for me, really, it's all about support, and in so many different ways, whether that's like Abigail stated, more of like a friend type of way, or it is the support as in the business form and how I can build my business.
I love it.
Okay.
Good. So we've started having these conversations with our, of course, new leaders that we're bringing on, but also went back and had calibration calls with our previous leaders. And that has been most helpful to be able to say, you know what, we really didn't do that before. And I totally apologize for that. I was a schmuck. And they laugh. And I'm like, you know, we're all learning as we go. And I just want to ask, you know, where are you at? Where are your goals? And what do you expect from me? And every time I am surprised, every time you're like, well, what you're already doing, you know, be there for me and supportive. And I'm like, that's it? Because I thought, and I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I thought they need me to do everything for them. But that's what I thought.
So how many of you do you think that that's the case, that they expect you to build their business, to make, you know, to make their presentations, to do their classes, to do, I mean, the list can go on. I mean, we were like, okay, these people are not expecting any of the things that we thought they were expecting.
Yeah.
How many people are like that in this call, that are like, I thought that they were expecting a lot more than what they actually are?
Yeah.
You think? Okay, Elsa, okay.
That was
an eye-opener to us.
Yeah, huge freedom for us to be able to have those conversations. And then I was able to say, here's what I expect from you, right? Because they were able to tell me, here's what I expect from you, is that you show up on our coaching calls if you've committed to them, and don't waste either of our time, and, you know, cancel a day in advance, whatever it was that I was telling them. And don't run away, right? That's the key thing, is if you're struggling with something, come, don't go away, so we can talk about it. And that's been key for us and very freeing.
Now, of course, along the way, and Roxy mentioned that the example of the analogy of hopping up on a highway. What do you do whenever you're on that ramp? You're stepping up on acceleration because you don't know what's going to be there on that first lane when you hop there, when you get there. So when you unplug from the business, and I feel with you guys, you don't, you know, you see all of this action going on in the background. Oh, Premier Club, oil camp, training, coaches, all, you know, continuing education. You know, like, oh my God, my head is spinning. Who feels that?
Feel like that?
Anybody feels like that?
There's so much good stuff, right?
What is the corporate? What is the new product? What are they doing nowadays? They made changes. Oh my God, everybody's disappearing from, you know, people not ordering. I mean, what is that? What is all of that equivalent with? Is it fear? Do you see where I'm going with this? It's fear. It's the same thing when you drive that car. When I told my mom, I said, let's go to this place, you drive. She's like, I hate going on a highway. I'm like, why? She said, I don't know what's going to happen. If it's a big, you know, truck out there in the first line, it's not going to let me merge. I'm like, you're fearful of it. And you've got a much faster car. Why do you do that? I think it's the same way with you guys when you unplug, and it's so hard to really get back to it because of that fear that's holding you back. And that is, you know, the expectation that you set up for yourselves. I think we need to be careful of not saying, I have to do all the things that they're doing. Yeah. You can't do that. You can't allow yourself to fall on that trap that hey, if I'm not going to do everything, I'm going to be a failure. It's just like when you try to lose weight and you don't reach your goal, but you really got very close to it. Are you a failure? No, you're not a failure. You lost some weight. You didn't made it all the way to where you wanted to, but that process, that all of that celebrating the successes of, even they're small. So build upon those small wins. If you try to get back on that highway, get over, eventually somebody will let you merge.
I'm going to piggyback on your car analogy here, because this is a really good one too, guys. And so a lot of the times, I know even in her email to me that was very inspirational, she just talked about the fear of people falling through the cracks, and that all the things that she's not doing are able to be for her team. So to me, that's looking in our rearview mirror, right? We're looking in our rearview mirror, and there's a time for a rearview mirror. It's an important tool. It's in our car for a reason, right? We need it when we're backing out of our driveways, when you're backing out of a parking spot. We need that. But if you're driving to, I don't know where all of you guys live, but if you're driving to San Antonio or you're driving to LA, wherever you guys live, you're not going to drive there looking through your rearview mirror. Okay? That's not safe. You will get hurt. You will hurt someone. That's not how we're going to get to our destination. And where we're supposed to be looking, guys, is our big window. That's why you have a big window in the front and little bitty mirror for you to look back. Yes, there's a time and a place to reflect. Let's look at what can we be doing better? What can we tweak? But also celebrate the things, the successes that have got you to where you are today and who you are as an individual, right? So that's been good. All right, guys. So we talked about all the messes. Would it be helpful if we help calm the crazy? Yeah. Would that be helpful for you guys? Our new motto is done is better than perfect. Yeah. Does that sound really good to you guys too? Let me type it. I'm a visual person. Done is better than perfect. Right? We get stuck again in that making everything perfect, making the graphic perfect, making my call outline that I'm going to talk to them about perfect. Sometimes we miss the moment, right? We've missed it because we were trying to make it perfect. And guess what, guys? It's never perfect. Never, ever, ever. It's never perfect. And so let's move on from that. Let's make a new year, right? I don't know if any of you guys do New Year's resolutions. Here we are, February 1st, and probably we've already failed, right? That's okay. We can start over every day. It's a new day, and done is better than perfect. If you guys have one of those Sharpie marker, not Sharpie, the dry erase ones, write on your mirror. If you struggle with this, write this on your mirror. Done is better than perfect, right?
See, here I can talk for like an hour. I'm an engineer by trade. I worked in research and development for many, many years. And if it's not perfect, you didn't let it go. People would die. Catastrophes were going to happen anyway. So I couldn't do anything, and I was paralyzed by fear. Again, fear, that thing that really hunts us all in very little things, from making a presentation to holding the presentation, to holding a meeting, to speaking in front of people, whatever that is. It was, if it's not perfect, I'm not going to do it. And then what happens? Things are not getting done. You are never going to do it, because really, can we be perfect? There's only one perfect person that was Jesus. We should stop trying to reach for that level of perfection. So that's for many of us, and I know a lot of people in our team that I don't feel I'm good enough. I don't feel I am as good as Roxy. And there's few people are woo like Roxy that can do things like Roxy does. And there are few people that can do things that you individuals. So there are strengths that each one of us have that a person next to you doesn't have. So I think that's where we need to look on. Instead of looking for perfection across the board in everything, we should just say, you know what? I'm good at that, or I'm good at this, and then I just have to, go with it. That is the hardest thing for me to say. It's not like I want it to be. The website is not what it should be. I really wanted to go there. I didn't invite all the people I wanted to. The party setting up for the park, it's not with all the dishes that I really want to have in mind. I don't know what I'm talking about, because it's not party, it's not one of my things. But again, the level of perfection in every little thing that we do in doTERRA, that's something that we need to try to adjust. I guess it's something that we all need to work on. So
yeah. So good question here from B. And she says, all of the systems and info that's coming at us, how do we narrow it down to 1 or 2 areas of focus and choose what fits our personal style or gifts, right? So there's a lot of stuff going out there, right? There's training upon training. This is great though, right? Like this is a great problem to have, because back in the day, I'm sure Alyssa could talk, there was nothing, right? We didn't even have oils at the beginning, right? I wasn't there then, but there was nothing. And so, but now we have a new problem of overwhelm. It's too much stuff. So how do we wade through it? And so that's a great question. So I tell my team, this is what I tell my team, and you guys know, I say, do you want to do it the easy way or the hard way, right? Because we've done it the hard way. We have banged our head up against the wall on so many things. And some things I think, you just have to learn by doing, I guess. But now in the last year, we have found Emerge sales training that has been phenomenal for our team. I don't get a kickback, so it's not like I'm not getting anything out of telling you guys this. It's just transformed our business. To be able to have a 20 or 30-minute appointment with somebody that you have set the agenda ahead of time. How many of you have been to a party and you missed it? Missed my son's game because I was sampling somebody and they asked a little question and it went into vomiting on them. And now I've scared them off too. And so we found that wasn't working for us anymore. And so we stopped sampling. And I know probably some of you may not heard of this new, they're like mind blowing. That's how I was a year ago. My brain was literally oozing on the screen. It was just new for me. But in the last year, we had more enrollments in the last year than our first year in doTERRA, and it's been transformative for our leaders. So what we teach is the Emerge Sales Training to get on there. If you get it done, it's emergesalestraining.com. If you get it done, you can binge through, it's an 8-week course, but you could literally binge through it in 3 days. Okay, and so when we bring on a new leader, I just ask them, listen, you want to do this the easy way and learn all of this in 3 days, and let's practice and get you going to make some money really quickly. Or you can try to learn all of this on your own and make all the mistakes. And so when we're launching a new leader, I'm going to erase this. When we're launching a new leader, what is launch? What does launching a leader mean? To me, it's them being independent from me, making 10 sales conversations, having them know, well, first, obviously, you need to complete the training so you know how to do it, practice it with me, because I don't want them practicing on their best prospects. I want them practicing with me in a safe and comfortable place. So that's my expectation is that they'll complete the sales training, do 10 sales conversations. That would lead to at least 1,000 sales, 20 referrals, because we teach them how to ask for referrals, and that would have 1 builder. So that to me is launching a builder. That and them doing this all independent from me, right? Being able to do this. So that means launching a leader. When we're launching a leader, it's like the blindfolds on. They do nothing else, you guys, nothing. They're not on our team call. They're not on a coaching call. They're not in our Facebook groups. They're not doing anything else but binging through the sales conversation, learning how to ask for referrals, practicing that with me. And I expect this is usually a 2-week turnaround. Usually. About 2 weeks. This isn't months, you guys. This is 2 weeks. And then at that point, you can add them to and welcome them to your team, to your Facebook group, to add them to all the other resources that you have. But imagine when you're launching a new leader and you're like, hey, welcome, Abigail. Welcome to the team. Yay, we've got team meetings, breakfast, pod coaching, Emerge sales training, continuing education on Saturdays. Oh my gosh, woohoo. It's the same principle that we were doing before with the sampling and vomiting on people. It's the same thing with the business, and it's absolutely overwhelming. And so being able to discern of if you're going to sell your way to silver, right? Did we talk about that? Sell your way to silver, lead your way to diamond. If you're going to sell your way to silver, then that's your primary goal right now, is to help more people, help customers, right? Ultimately, if you believe in your product, which I believe you guys do, we want kits on people's dressers. That is our goal. More kits on people's dressers. If I give them a paper, a tear pad, or a sample, they can't, do that in the middle of the night when the kid's sick. You gave them the wrong sample, right? So, no. Stop the crazy, right? This is crazy. So, Probably what I'm saying is crazy for some of you guys might be like, sampling, what? We don't do samples. Yeah. So the process works. Love on people, because ultimately, guys, am I selling an oil or am I selling a solution? Right? Yeah, I'm selling a solution for people. Solution and answers to their concerns. And so they don't need to smell it. I don't go into an appointment with, other than the oils I have in my purse, I don't use any oils. I don't take my oils with me. No TerraPath. You guys, it's so freeing. I can't explain to you, to be able to set the agenda with somebody and go back to your play date or whatever you were doing. It takes me less than 30 seconds to set an appointment. And then it takes me 20 to 30 minutes to have a sales conversation with them. And I have a 95% close rate, and they buy because I've created the right environment for them to buy. And then, of course, it removes the bottleneck for me to be able to say, hey, have you ever considered paying for your products? You would love this. Well, they're like, well, that was easy. Yeah, I can do that. Right? But if the conversation took 4 years of sampling, they're like, no. So it's removing bottlenecks by making this an easy process. So, all right, I diverged. We love Emerge. It's awesome. All right. So nothing else, no team, nothing else. So like this blessed lady that was here on, was it Tuesday morning, Wednesday, she was here yesterday. We cried together. We laughed together. Almost the same call. That was the inspiration of this call. We talked about yesterday, talked to her face to face. And that's exactly what I told her. Go back and finish Emerge. Go and binge your course. Have 10 sales conversations. And then we're going to meet again. And this should happen in the next 2 weeks. Right? So, and I said, nothing else. No other webinar, no book, nothing else. Only this. And she's like, I can do that. Right? Because you can do that. Because you're single-minded and focused. Okay. You guys, you're all diamonds. Do you know that? You're diamonds. A diamond is always a diamond. You might just be a lost diamond. Maybe you're still in the mine. Maybe you're under the muck and mire right now. Okay. Anybody feel like that? Like you're in the muck and the mire right now? Maybe you got pooped on, right? Maybe you're not in a good place right now. And that's okay, because that story is going to resonate with someone down the line and down your path. But some of you are in the refining process right now, right? Where it's being cut, right? The cut of the diamond makes it the most beautiful, most sparkly, so it can shine more light, right? And so some of you guys are being cut right now, like the refining process, and it hurts and it stinks and it's no fun. But on the other side of it, you guys are going to be able to impact more people. And you always know, guys, impact always precedes income. Impact always precedes income. And so that's why I do these calls, right? I want to impact more people, whether y'all are on my team or not. That's not the point. But it's who are you going to impact, and the ripples that come out of there, right? The stories that I hear from you guys, that is amazing. So go forth this week, guys. When we get off this call, what does success look like for you this week? And maybe it's one or two things. Maybe, like Alyssa, it was just being here today. That's a win. That's a success, right? That's a win and a success. And you can put your head to sleep tonight and say, yes, this was a win and a success, and cheer my pom-pom because I did it, right? And then tomorrow you can step on that stepping stone of, yeah, I had that small win yesterday. I could have another small win today. And you can have another small win the next day. And little small wins are what creates success, right? The Olympian didn't just get on the medal stand and now they are an Olympian. No, that person was an Olympian before that race, and a week before that, and a month before that, and 3 years before that, when they made all the right eating choices and doing the coaching and all of the hard work in the gym. Okay, you guys are in the gym right now, right? We're in the gym. We're doing the lifting weights. It's hard. You guys, if it was easy, everybody would have it. And if everybody had it, it wouldn't be worth it. Okay? It's supposed to be hard. Okay? It's supposed to be hard. And that's good. Because it's what it makes of you in the process.
And we don't know, a few of you on this call, but with the ones we know, most of you guys here, you know so much more than what you think you know.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, you can do so much more than what you're already doing right now. And probably you're doing a lot more than what you ever thought that you will ever be capable of doing. Just this week, working with a lot of leaders in all of the new system and training that we are adopting and implementing, we've had leaders saying, I never thought I would be doing this kind of stuff, putting myself in a live Facebook video out there to people, meaning I can just videotape and 17 times before I let it go out. I have to do it live. I said, yep, you have to do it live. I'm like, oh, why are you doing this to me? I said, because you can. And that self-worth, that we all, how should I say that? We all have to deal with, that I'm not worth that. Why would people listen to me? Why would anybody come to me? That's not for you to judge or for you to fret about, okay? People are looking at you. They are measuring you up and down. Sometimes you can even look and see that happening, literally. And just know that you're a blessing for so many already. And there is more to come. And that's the only thing that stands between you and the next step, for you to let go of that fear and just jump in, because it's not who you think you are, it's who you are created to be. And we're all created to be a lot more than what we think, we will ever be. So
yeah, so we'll wrap this up here on fear. What is fear, right? False evidence appearing real. It appears real. It's scary to pick up the phone. Have you guys found this magic app on your smartphones, you guys? You just open it right here, and it has these special numbers. And when you type in a series of numbers, it rings people, you guys. I know, it's a special magic app, and it is so fun to be able to call people and check on them. And that's what we do, guys, right? We impact people and create that warm fireplace environment where people can come alongside your fire. Yes, Abigail.
I don't want to interrupt, but
no, we're good. I'm preaching tonight.
I've got something to share, and I've been doing doTERRA a long time, and if everything we know about doTERRA, it's that it grows us, like in immense ways, more than I think we even realize. And I love, I'm going to piggyback off of a lot of what, you and Adrian said, Roxy, and just that whenever we get frustrated and things aren't going well, and we think that we're doing all of the right things, and we don't know why things are working out, and all the systems get overwhelming, and, you feel like your head is going around in circles, because that happens, and it's happened numerous times to me, and as well as David. I have to come back to, why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why has God led me to this place? And trusting that, and knowing that in my heart. And then also knowing, with all these great systems around, what you said, Adrian, what are my gifts? What have I been given? And what are the tools that I need to add to my tool belt so that I can successfully serve people? How can I get better at phone calls? How can I make my classes shorter and more concise so that I can create that buying environment? How can I just be a friend to someone, whether I'm going to mention oils or not? How can I serve them and love them more and better? How can I do those things? I just got off a call before I hopped on this one, where I was talking about how to be a professional friend maker, right? Because networking is the art of getting to know people. That's what we do. We not only just sell oils, we're hope dealers, right? We have something so special. And I think we get overly frustrated. When we get frustrated, we've lost sight of really what we're doing here. It has so much purpose and meaning behind it. How can you not offer this to people? How can you not, we get overly frustrated with all of the details and the minutia and the, you know, but when it boils down to, it's just loving on people. You know, it's just it's loving on them and following your gifting, and also flipping your circumstances. So when things aren't going your way, and I feel like I'm the queen of that. I've fallen ranks. I have gained ranks, and we've fallen again. And I pushed for diamond 2 other times, and then finally we made it. You know, it's just been like this for us. And I could get really frustrated about that, or I could flip it and say, you know what? What do I have to learn from that? Why did that happen? And why did that need to happen, so that I can learn what I need to learn and get strong where I need to get strong, so that I can bypass and keep following my calling and my purpose. Sorry.
No, that's awesome.
Excellent.
And you know, how many of you ever thought of this in general? That who raise your hand if oils were just like a God sent thing to y'all, like they were for us. Okay, I hope that the ones that are non-video participants have raised their hands.
I hope your thumbs are up online.
But even if they were not like a major breakthrough in your lives, for those of you that oils came in that way in your life, and now, and because that's exactly how it was for us, how many of you could say that, okay, I wish I would have found them earlier, sooner than that I found them? Many times that's our case too. And what this has created for us, the ability to talk to people, to befriend people that we would have never ever opened up our mouth to them, and has created so much, you know, so many more relationships than what we ever thought possible. And to think that, are these oils here for a reason, just as a, you know, helping healing, you know, our bodies left and right, and helping our systems run on better juices? Yes. But what if there is more behind it, like you just said? And how many of these people, because that's exactly what we're doing, we're giving the people the beauty of having these things in their home, would need to listen to a lot of more people that need them. And then how much more we can be a blessing in those people's lives afterwards.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have ever thought about it, like just close your eyes and imagine no more doTERRA in your home. Like I'm talking about nothing, not one drop, not one cough drop, nothing. Y'all, I'd be really sad. Like I don't know what we would do. And that's the place where we need to remember that our future customers are there. That's where they are. They don't have one drop, not one. And that's what our job is, right? And so daily, y'all, when you wake up, who can I impact today, right? Not about sales, because I think when we focus on that, that can be overwhelming. So who can I impact today? Who are 2 people that I can impact today? And my intention in the morning is that before my feet hit the ground, that those people would be open to me and that I would be open to them. Because if I'm focused on myself, I'm not going to see them. They might be right in front of me, you guys. I'm not going to see them. And so, yeah, I see Linda's got her hand up again. Hey, Linda. Did you want to chime in?
Probably not.
Okay. All right. So, all right, let's hear from anybody else. Closing comments? Anybody else want to chime in? I'd love to hear from you guys.
Roxy, I've been in here for Sarah. You know,
I'm sorry, you're cutting out and we can't hear you.
It's my internet.
I'm sorry. Can you type in the chat box? Because it's like every other word. I'm so sorry. Okay.
No worries.
Okay. Was that Alyssa? Is it Alyssa? Okay. Sorry. We want to hear what you have to say. Maybe if you turn off your camera and just talk. Try that.
Try that without a camera.
I want to hear what you have to say.
Is that better?
It's a little better.
Okay.
Maybe.
So I have been and that's not.
Oh, I'm sorry we can't hear you. Oh, oh man. Oh, I'm sorry. Makes me sad. I want to hear what she has to say. Okay. Anybody else want to chime in? Tomorrow's a new day, guys. Make it count. 1 or 2 people you can impact. You can do this. And if you need that accountability, text a friend or text me. Shoot me a Facebook message when I did my impact today, or whatever your goal is. If you need that accountability, we're here for you guys. I love having my pom-poms out. I keep them right next to me so I can cheer for you guys. So that's what we do. I see a lot of new names on the call. Anybody want to chime in? Anybody else? Don't be shy.
Type in this number. If she wants to call in.
Okay.
646.
Okay. Alyssa says, I've been in doTERRA since June of 2012, and it seems like a long time, but it has been such a short time for the time that we have been on Earth, and I can't even remember what it was like before doTERRA. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The longer we're in it, the more we forget our lifestyle. I was driving by our old pediatrician's office the other day with our kids, and I said, hey, kids, this is your doctor's office. And they're like, who? We haven't been there in 5 years. They don't know who it is. That's great, right? I got a call from our pediatrician about 2 years in, and she said, did y'all find a new pediatrician? Did we upset you? You know, we'd love your business back. And I said, oh, no, we're just healthy and do preventative stuff. And she said, what's that all about? And I scheduled an appointment with her, and she declined to make a purchase and then told me not to tell anybody else. I have made it my life's call to tell everybody else. So carry on, right? Just keep doing what you're doing. She's not bad. We just don't need her all the time. And that's great. Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad this was a gift to you, Alyssa. How precious. She said this was a gift for her emotions over the last 2 years. So that's great. That makes me happy. Well, anybody else want to say anything?
Yeah, you guys, we have this call in every twice a month, first and third Thursday of the month at 8 o'clock. And if you guys want to be a continuing part of the coaching calls, we encourage you to register so you can get the reminder on your email, on your phone, however you want. Just go to roxysuran.com to the events page and register yourself there, or go and update the link tonight. Yeah. And you guys will be part of the team. So we will be happy to have you guys next 2 weeks again.
Absolutely. Yeah, we normally just pick. We normally do wins, and then we'll choose one topic, and then we'll discussion back and forth, and so that's what we do. I used to do a lot of one-on-one mentoring, Alyssa, and that has changed over time, right, as our business has grown. And so that's when this year we went to the group. I do a call from 1 to 2 p.m. and then Central Time, and then the 8 p.m. Central Time on Thursdays. And then I do have a few of my frontline qualifiers that, of course, we do check-in calls where we're at. But we're personally coaching with the Emerge sales coaches. They've got coaches that we do training with, and that has been really beneficial to us. It's about an hour and a half a week. And I can send you some information on that if you'd like. So, yeah. Good.
So some takeaways that you guys, if you're not ready for takeaways now, please make sure that you log into we're going to post in the group tonight. I don't know how you guys found out the information on this, but make sure.
I posted it to the Diamond groups. So my thought was there's other people that are struggling, just like that email from this precious lady, was that I know if there's one like that, there's hundreds or probably maybe thousands of people that are struggling. And so my idea was just to normalize it and bring it out into the discussion with our fellow Diamonds, so that they can take it to their teams. That people are struggling, and they're leaving, but they're not really leaving, right? They're still there, and they're getting burned out just because of the thought process. And that, I don't want that for people. I want you guys to be successful. I want you to be propelled forward. And that's not serving our customers well, of course, if we're stuck in that rut. So, all right. Well, good. All right, guys. I hope it's been beneficial to you guys. And we'll see you on Facebook. We'll see you guys online. Don't be shy. And if we see you at leadership or convention, we come and give me a hug. I'm a hugger. And I'll probably have my pom-poms with me. Always. All right, guys.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Don't
Thank
do
you for
it
being
alone.
here.
Good job, B. Don't do it alone. You're not alone, girlfriend. You got a whole awesome tribe.
Take care, guys.
All right, guys. Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.